Okay, so let's talk about symptoms of copper toxicity, or that from the IUD. People are always asking, could my copper IUD or can copper toxicity cause this symptom? You fill in the blank for whatever symptom people are asking about. So there are specific symptoms related to copper specifically. However, to understand copper toxicity and the effects of the IUD, we have to go beyond just copper, because any mineral does not act by itself. As your copper accumulates, it is creating a cascade of changes across your body's mineral system. Like the domino analogy, right? Copper is your first domino, it falls over, it's causing all the other dominoes to fall over as well. Each one of those other dominoes or mineral imbalances that result from excess copper has its own set of symptoms. I'll give you an example. You might have heard of the calcium shell. This is more of an emotional symptom, the emotional numbing, the apathy that comes with a very high level of tissue calcification occurring. It affects the pineal gland and cellular tissue, or body tissue as well. It's creating basically the calcification of the body and pineal gland, numbing down emotions. So this symptom, the emotional symptom, is connected to calcium, not copper. But excess copper leads into the calcium shell. I discussed the calcium shell on coppertoxic.com under the heading calcium shell. This is just one example. Same thing with calcium magnesium. That imbalance is going to be thrown off by excess copper. And so then we consider all the symptoms that are associated with excess calcium, low magnesium. For example, blood clotting, blood sugar issues, etc. So I do list on coppertoxic.com on the symptoms page many of the most common symptoms seen with copper toxicity. Of course, many of these symptoms do have other contributing factors as well. Copper toxicity is not the only reason for fatigue, for example. However, it is commonly seen, or I should say copper toxicity leads into that symptom, right? So I list many of the most common symptoms on coppertoxic.com, symptoms, also at mineralsandhealth.com, a more succinct, to-the-point explanation of specific symptoms. Mineralsandhealth.com, under Learning Center, there's a drop-down, and there you'll find a tab for copper IUD symptoms. So this gives you an at-a-glance look at the most common symptoms and explanations. But when people are asking, for example, I've got histamine reactions, right? Could this be connected to the copper IUD? Well, it might not be specifically to copper. Well, actually, it could be, because copper plays a role in your histamine breakdown process. But there are other nutrients that are also part of the process that lead into why a person has histamine reactions. Not directly related to copper, other nutrient imbalances. For example, manganese, zinc, B6, they're all connected, but they are all thrown off by excess copper. So really, we could, list any symptom under the sun, really, and make some connection back to copper. And this is where it's important to do a health history, proper testing, do an HTMA, see what your imbalances are, see if they are applying to your symptoms, and then put a plan in place to address the imbalances and hopefully ameliorate, correct the symptoms as well.